Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Joffice. We just got back from the Omaha PTC. Had a great time at Legendary Wolf Games. Thank you for hosting the PTC and dozens of players. Miles at your house. We really appreciate it. Had a great time. I brought my Woodman deck to challenge the winner, who was Keenan Meadows, but he had to catch a flight, so I'm going to have to try to catch a match with you online somehow, so we can see who wins those cool promo cards. Otherwise, Gencon's coming up, so we're prepping for Gencon. We've got several set releases coming up for the rest of the year, so those are something you need to make sure you tell your store to order, especially Mortal Kombat coming up, pre-release the 20th. JT is going to reiterate that. And welcome to this week's episode of the Joffice.
Hey guys, this is just your reminder that the Mortal Kombat set is coming out, and the pre-release is going to be July 20th and 21st, and the release weekend is July 27th and 28th. So if you want to get your hands on this sweet Reptile playmat, get out to your stores and play in the events. If you don't want to play in the events and want the playmat, then get your orders in for the pre-release kits and the release kits, because it's the only way you're going to be able to get this mat.
Hello everybody, I want to talk about some upcoming changes to the standard format. On July 1st of 2018, Champion Batch 3 will be rotating out of Standard. This is a 10-card promo set, and it includes Ben Shoemaker 2. Dave Wagner, Garrett Brett 2. Garrett Brett 3. Admiral Tufus Von McChompington, Drew Maffei Line Buddy, Rochester CCG, Squishy Wizards, Implacable, and Partners in Crime Fighting. Again, these are rotating out on July 1st, so the Rockford PTC is on July 7th and July 8th. So these 10 cards will no longer be legal, so make sure that they are not in your standard decks. To talk a little bit more about the champion batches, we have decided that we only want one champion batch in standard at a time. So this means that champion batch 4 will rotate on July 1st of 2019, and just a little bit before that, we will be releasing champion batch 5. So those champions who still have yet to create their cards, you have one more year to decide what you want to make with your card. And then on July 1st of 2019, that's when Champion Batch 4 will rotate and Champion Batch 5 will become standard tournament legal.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Suggestion Box / UFS Corner. This week we're combining our two corners because our suggestion box has to do with UFS. So we had a suggestion that was wondering if we can implement a way to put throws into the game that block other throws, just like they do in the video games. I actually really liked that idea, so I am planning on putting some throws that block throws into some future sets now. I really appreciate that. For some reason, in the last 8 years of design, I never really put that together, that throws should probably block throws sometimes, just like in the fighting games. On that note, most throws in the game don't have blocks, so this isn't going to be something that's going to be like the old ranged keyword, where all ranged keywords block to other ranged as a +0 mid. It won't be anything like that, but we'll have a few throws hopefully in the future that do block throws. On that same note, there are cards that Shane's going to talk about that can fully block throws even though they aren't throws, so we're going to get into that real quick.
So there are a lot of cards that say if you block this attack, it deals no damage. There's a lot of popular ones. There is a Leaf Shield, there's a Phytophobia, there is Power Struggles. That one specifically says if you block a throw, it deals no damage, and Power Struggles gets Breaker 1. There's also a Peaceful Messenger, there is Split Body, and then there's Body of Spirits. And then there's a couple hidden ones too. There is Jealousy and Fake, where if an attack is 2 times its permanent damage, if you block it, it deals no damage. There's also there's a Mega Man action, Mega Slide, I believe, where if you block a high attack with it, it deals no damage. So if you block a high throw with it, it's not going to deal any damage. And then there's a really sneaky one. There's a DJ Foundation called Rhythmic Fighting Style, where after you completely block an attack, you remove it from the game before the damage step. So you remove it from the game, it never goes to the damage step, so you never take damage. So that's a handful of cards where you can use to completely block throws or have throws deal no damage.
Now, fun fact on these cards is about half of those I didn't even think of for this, so that's pretty good that Shane had such an awesome list to block throws. So that's our suggestion box UFS corner for this week. Hopefully we have some cool things for you in the future, and I really appreciate that one. That was some great insight on the fighting game elements of the UFS mechanics.
Hey everybody, Luke Butler here. I just wanted to talk about turbo events. If you win a Jasco sanctioned turbo event, you qualify for Turbo World, where if you win Turbo Worlds, you can win a car. Recently, we had a turbo event at Games Galore on June 14th, and an individual named Ankit Bumwell. I probably just butchered your name, but he is doing amazing. He has won 3 of the 4 turbo events he has attended, and that's a pretty good record. I'd watch out for him if he goes to Turbo Worlds. In addition, I still need more Gencon volunteers, and you're going to probably hear this every single week until Gencon, and afterwards I'll be talking about how great my Gencon volunteers were. So if you want to be a Gencon volunteer, just send me an email at luca@jascogames.com, and I'll send you all the important information that you need to know. But to all the Premier Stores that have recently had their Premier Store Championship events, if you haven't already, send in your Premier Store sign-up sheets. You just got to fill them out, take a picture, or scan them, and just send it over to Samantha@jascogames.com, and we'll get all those points for the Player of the Year squared away. And I think that's it. I think that's all we need. That's a wrap. See you guys later.
Hold on. Hold on, you want me to start this?
Don't hate my chairs. Those are great chairs.
They have no back support. They just got to go, woo!
You have to pull the thing out. So
Where's the thing?
There you go.
Oh, now they're amazing. I love your chairs.
In UFS, don't have blocks. Come on, Mr. Puppy. That was like the perfect take.
Just so you guys know, you can... Dibba.
That was the Flintstones, not Turbo.